Syria, an ancient nation dating back to biblical times. The capital, Damascus, is famous for the conversion of the Apostle Paul. Today, much of the landscape has changed little since those days. The population of Syria is over 18 million, a mosaic of differing people groups. The majority still living in small villages and settlements in rural areas. Many people's lifestyle continues to reflect those early times. For example, the Bedouin and nomadic people still live in tents, looking after sheep and camels. 41% of the population is under the age of 15 years old, and over 90% are Muslim. Family and community are everything to Syrians. To them, this is where their identity is found. And so there is tremendous pressure to uphold family traditions and values. Many believe Syrians are religious fanatics, or ultimately terrorists. For those of us who live and work among these peoples, this is simply not true. We find them genuinely friendly, with a real gift of hospitality. There aren't many places in the world where you'd be invited in for a cup of tea before even being asked your name. Religion is very much a part of everyone's life. It is impossible to separate your religion from your identity. This affords us many opportunities to bring up the topic of religion. As you get to know people, you get beyond religious debates and start talking about faith. The biggest obstacle to us sharing are the misunderstandings about the fundamental truths of Christianity. But when you talk about how Islam affects people's lives, you will often discover that people are looking for more than they are being offered. Particularly women who look into more occultish practices to somehow find a mediator between them and God. This is where we have a fantastic opportunity to share about our mediator, Jesus Christ. You will often find people who have had dreams or visions about Jesus, but don't necessarily understand them. There are definitely openings for us to share the good news of the gospel, but it is not easy. We believe wholeheartedly that God loves the people of Syria, and this is what motivates us to keep going. At times we are overwhelmed by the task ahead of us as we drive past village after village, settlement after settlement, knowing that people have entered life and left life without ever hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ. It is only a few hundred kilometers away from here where Jesus came and lived on this earth, pouring out his Spirit upon his disciples before sending them out into the world. Our desire is that God would once again pour out his Spirit upon this nation, that he would cause believers from around the world to come and serve in this precious land, that he would raise up intercessors who will commit themselves regularly to pray for Syria. We invite you to pray for this nation. We know that our God is more than able. Nothing is impossible for him. He chooses to use his people, and that includes you. Take up this challenge and pray for Syria, and see this nation shout for joy.